If you're anything like me, you've probably wondered if there is an alternative to all those single-use plastic bags we use in mushroom cultivation. But what if I told you there is definitely an eco-friendly and reusable alternative for hobbyist and beginner mushroom cultivators? First, let me say I did not discover this myself. I actually saw this over at Mushroom Revival. They use the bags I'm going to show you in their Cordyceps militaris operation, and I've just started experimenting with them myself, so props to them for working this out, as I had been mulling this over for a while, knowing there had to be another way, until I watched their video and was like, okay, that's golden. So, without further ado, let me introduce you to the bags. Let me introduce you to these reusable silicone kneading bags. These aren't just any bags, they're stretchy, durable, they can withstand high temperatures and even survive the pressure cooker. This makes them perfect for sterilizing grain spawn or substrate. They come in a variety of sizes. The smaller ones are ideal for grains, while the larger ones might even be suitable for substrate preparation. And who knows, we might even be able to inoculate bulk substrate directly in these bags. Once they are fully colonized, you can pour them out into monotubs, buckets, or fruiting containers to try and save on the plastic waste. I'm still experimenting with these techniques, and I'll probably share some videos in the future once I get my head around it and I've perfected it for myself. If you're just starting out and new to mushroom cultivation, jars are still going to be your best bet. This is because you can inoculate lots of jars at once, and even if only a few turn out contamination free, you've still got something to work with. Once you have a few clean jars, you can use these silicone bags for grain to grain transfers, and if anything goes wrong from there, you aren't just wasting plastic bags constantly, and if you manage to do a successful grain to grain transfer, you'll have plenty of grains ready for inoculation. Another advantage of these bags is that they are easier to handle in a still air box. Unlike regular bags, when they come out the pressure cooker, they don't become vacuum sealed. So when you open them inside of a still air box, you aren't drawing in air from the atmosphere. There's a lot less turbulence when you work with them, especially in a still air box setting, which you will see later. This makes it easier for clean transfers and will likely reduce your risk of contamination. Now that I've introduced you to the bags, let me jump in and show you how to prepare them for use. And then finally, I'm going to walk you through another grain to grain transfer using these bags. First thing you want to do is pack hydrated grains into the bag. Take a grip around the neck of the bag to make it small and tighten the top up a little bit, like you can see here. Push a tight piece of polyfill into the gap which you have created. And then take one of these silicone tie wraps that come with the kneading bags and then wrap them extremely tightly around that piece of polyfill. And you want to pull that as tight as possible for the sterilization. As you can see here, the piece of polyfill is just sticking out of the bottom, and you can just feel it there. Just make sure that it hasn't fallen out. So next thing you want to do is just cover the top in tin foil. So we want to wrap the silicone around the top and then bunch the top in so it's quite small, and then just pull a piece of tin foil over the top of it and then secure it with elastic bands. The reason we're doing this is so that when we remove it from the pressure cooker, the top of the bag is still covered by the sterile layer of tin foil. So we can move the bag into the still air box or flow hood without getting spores or anything in the top of the bag, which will fall into the bag when we open it up for a inoculation. Next thing you do, pack the bags into the pressure cooker, nothing controversial there, and then sterilize it for the standard, which is about 90 minutes at 15 psi or higher. When the bags come out of the pressure cooker, you can see they aren't vacuum sealed, they are just kind of loose. I quite like that, and the bags are quite durable, they're not prone to splitting or anything. You want to move this into your sterile workspace from here without removing the tinfoil, remember. So now we're just going to do a grain-to-grain transfer in front of the flow hood. Doing this inside of a still air box, you don't want to take that tinfoil off until you are ready to do the transfer. So I would loosen the lid, move it a bit closer, remove the foil, take the polyfill out, place the polyfill inside of the foil facing up, remove the silicone tie wrap off the bag, but don't open it up yet, just leave it down. I'm in front of a flow hood so I can open it up. And then just before inoculation, remove your lid, take the top of the bag in your other hand, open it up, and then pour the grains into the bag. And then you want to quickly close it up with your hand and then push the polyfill back in and secure with a tie wrap. Hopefully you are as excited about these bags as I was when I first saw them. I really think they will be helpful, and well, especially for growing cordyceps, I know they're going to be helpful, but even for some general gourmet mushrooms like blue oysters and stuff, you can still see the mycelium through the bag, even though they're not as transparent as the polypropylene bags. So really excited about using them, and once I have got properly using these in a system, I will give you a video update. Until then, I will see you next time. Bye.